Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Family Switch starring Jennifer Gardner and Ed Helms. It's basically Freaky Friday with more people. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Heart in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 13 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So it's the same old thing where the adults switch place with the kids. They have a boy and a girl. The boy's super smart. Ed Helms is the dumb dad, always the dumb dad. Jennifer Gardner is the overachieving wife who has everything. Well, 3 kids actually with the baby and the dog, right? So there's a meteor thing and they all switch places. And the baby switches with the dog, which is kind of cute. Rita Moreno plays some sort of witch who, I don't know, she's there when it happens or makes it happen. I don't know. Anyhow, they wake up the next morning. They all switch bodies. And, after wishing they could be each other. From the studio who brought you Yes Day and the Christmas Chronicles. Yes Day sounds familiar. So it's a family comedy. It's wacky. Here's the dog. But the baby is inside the baby. The baby's inside the dog. Here's the dog inside the baby. So that's funny. The dog runs away and they have to catch him. And then, of course, Ed Helms in the body of his son has to go to high school and win the girl. And Ed Helms has to do whatever he does. He rejects the girl. He puts on 80s clothes. He does things like Ed Helms did when he was in high school. Although I don't think Ed Helms is old enough to be an 80s kid, so I don't know. So it's Freaky Friday with more people. Here's Jennifer Gardner acting like her teenage daughter, but she has to be a boss. And I don't know, Ed Helms, I guess, is a teacher or something. And they have to deal with leg cramps, and here at the end they sing a song. I don't know. Bit of magic. It's a Christmas family crazy event called Family Switch. All right, so Jennifer Gardner, Ed Helms, and Rita Moreno. I don't know the 2 young actors. November 30th. I mean, I've seen this like too many times. He's got an Occupy Pluto shirt on. I'm not sure what is that political or is that just a joke? I don't get it. Anyhow, seems fine. It's by the numbers family comedy. They essentially take Freaky Friday and just ramp it up by 3. There's 3 switches. There's these 2 and the dog and the baby. It's not bad. It's not a bad concept. It's not a bad pitch. It's not. I mean, it's super derivative, but for a family comedy, it's all right. I mean, Ed Helms is good in this role. It annoys me because he's still the dopey dad. But okay, Jennifer Gardner, overachieving mom. But it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine for families to watch this. I'm sure this will be wholesome enough. First act, their various lives. They establish all the characters. So you know that the son is smart, Ed Helms is dumb. Probably the girl is not very assertive, and the mother's a girl boss, literally. And then they all switch places, and they have to do that, do the thing that they're not very good at. Ed Helms is kind of dopey, but he was a cool kid in high school, I guess, and so he's making his son cool, and his son is, I don't know, helping him out at his job, probably. So, there's a write-up. Second act, they switch places, and then wackiness ensues. At first, they're all, oh my God, how are we going to switch back? And then, I don't know, Rita Moreno, the witch, is there, and then she tells him you have to do some MacGuffin thing to switch back and really want to be switched back or whatever. I don't know. They lose the baby. It's the dog. They eventually get it back. And then the third act, they all switch back, and they become closer as a family. That's part of the deal too. They're drifting apart as a family, and Jennifer Gardner wants to bring them together, but they're kind of like all caught up in their lives. So it's a perfectly fine message. Would I watch it? Nah, it's too derivative for me. But I could see, if you have kids and you wanted to watch a movie together with the kids, this could be a perfectly fine movie. There's not going to be anything crazy in it, I don't think. I don't think there's going to be anything too woke in it. I think it'll be fine. Let's read it. Let's read the synopsis. Jess and Bill Walker are doing their best to keep their family connected as their children grow older, more independent, and more distant. When a chance encounter with an astrological reader causes the family to wake up in a full body switch on the morning of the most important day of each of their lives. Coincidence? Can the Walkers unite to land a promotion, a college interview, a record deal, and a soccer tryout? A record deal? Who has the record deal? Ed Helms? I guess. A record deal? Jennifer Gardner, Ed Helms, Emma Myers, and Brady Noon star in this family comedy directed by McG and based on the book Bedtime for Mommy by Amy Krauss Rosenthal. This was a book? Okay. I mean, it does have kind of a lot of detail. And then the shorter log line is a family descends into chaos days before Christmas when a rare cosmic event causes the parents to swap bodies with their teenage kids. A rare cosmic event, John. You know those rare cosmic events. People always switching bodies. People always switching bodies, doggy. If I switched bodies with you, that would be chaos. That would be chaos indeed. We had chaos today. There was a squirrel, an injured squirrel in the yard. I didn't quite see it right away, and Joan was barking like a maniac at it. I thought she was barking up at a tree, but it turned out the poor thing was on the ground. So then I pulled Joan away and took her in. And then later I went back outside and the neighbor's cat was in the yard. So R.I.P. squirrel, I think. But then later I went back again to check, see if the squirrel was, I don't know, his carcass was lying in the ground or whatever. I didn't want the dog to eat it. And then there were squirrels playing in the yard. So I saw this one squirrel missing a hand, I think. So I don't know what happened today. It's very strange. But I can say I'm glad I didn't swap bodies with my dog. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. If you can find a more bass take, I say take it. I will be at the Heavy Reel Brewery on Friday at 7 p.m. In Seaside Heights for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Hope to see you there. We'll see you